You've seen us talk about this hex paperweight a few times tonight, and it really is one of our favorite current products because it gets back to the architectural tile legacy, the glazed palette that's so important to Pewabic and so important to our legacy. And I'm standing right now in the tile showroom. You can see behind me the glazed palette that we use for all of our different architectural projects, whether they're residential or commercial. And that's been such a strong point right from the very beginning. Pewabic was founded, at the height of the arts and crafts movement in America. And that was, at the time, a reaction against industrialization, against mechanization, and it was returned to the hand of the maker. And it was a desire to get back to where, art is a part of life and a meaningful part of life. And it's that connection person to person that's so important. And that really is the spirit that's inspired us from the very beginning, continues to inspire us today. Our mission is to enrich the human spirit through clay, and you can see that definitely through this architectural tile legacy. One of the first major architectural installations that Pewabic did was the Cathedral Church of St. Paul in 1910. And that's on Woodward Avenue, and if you drive down Woodward Avenue today, you can admire Pewabic tile installations that extend back over 100 years, from those early installations that include the Detroit Institute of Arts. You can see tile in the floor, the medallions in the floor of the Great Hall. You can see a beautiful sculpted fountain on the outside of the Rivera Court. You can see beautiful, stunning iridescent niches on the entry to the American wing. Across from the DIA is the Detroit Public Library, and the loggia, the second floor balcony of that, has this 7-bay ceiling that each bay is one of Shakespeare's 7 stages of man from As You Like It. Just spectacular installations. You go all the way down to the end of Woodward into Bloomfield Hills, and you can see Cranbrook Educational Community. We've got a great shot here from 1916 of Mary Chase Perry, our founder, installing tile and laying out the tile for the Rainbow Fountain. We worked closely with George Booth, the founder of Cranbrook Educational Community, and Eliel Saarinen, the architect who designed the campus, and there's just tons of Pewabic there. But again, all along Woodward Avenue, you can see the scarab that's mounted on the wall of the Scarab Club is a Pewabic design. That was actually designed by William Buck Stratton. And that's continued right up to the present day. In the 1980s, we did installations in several of the Detroit People Mover stations, kind of major tile mosaics. You can see tile installed in the Comerica Park, which was in 2000. Just a couple of years ago, we did tile for Little Caesars Arena and the Q-Line stations. The largest job we've done, even to this day, is the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception in Washington, D.C. That job took 6 years to do, and it was part of a whole span of sacred architecture, and that's an area where Pewabic has really shined. You can really see the depth of that commitment to art and to the spirit, and it almost embodies that spiritual sense of the tile. And of course, in addition to these major installations we've done in public spaces and churches and libraries and hospitals, we've done thousands of residential projects. Fireplaces, backsplashes, foyers, bathrooms, even outdoor fountains. Basically, if it's something that you've dreamed about having, a Pewabic designer can help make that happen.